Westin Hospices and Resorts jetties in the port city of Yokohama. Westin Hospices and Resorts has unveiled the rearmost opening in Japan, the Westin Yokohama. Possessed by Sekisui House, the 373-room new hostel is set to be the megacity's haven of well-being and deliver assiduity-leading hardiness jests designed to empower guests to be the stylish interpretation of themselves. "We're thrilled to expand the brand's footmark in Japan with the opening of the Westin Yokohama," said Jennifer Connell, Global Brand Leader, Westin Hospices and Resorts and Vice President, Distinctive Premium Brands, Marriott International. As the global hospitality leader by well-being for further than a decade, Westin continues to evolve and deliver its hand hardiness programs to acclimatize to the requirements of the ultramodern rubberneck. The Westin Yokohama debuts as a haven of renewal, offering guests and locals a distinct experience in Japan's new central business quarter and sought-after rest destination. Located in the southwest of Tokyo, Yokohama is a crucial harborage in Japan, having evolved from a small fishing city to an ultramodern and inspiring megacity, as well as a marketable hustler in the country. The Westin Yokohama is strategically positioned in the new central business quarter of Yokohama, Minato Mirai, offering easy access to popular sightseeing spots similar to Japan's largest Chinatown and the megacity's famed Sankin Garden. The Tokyo Haneda Airport is within a 25-nanosecond drive and the Tokyo Megacity Center is within a 36-nanosecond train lift from the new hostel, making it fluently accessible from other indigenous and transnational destinations. Designed by leading armature and design establishment A Design of London, the Westin Yokohama design draws alleviation from the conception of biophilia, which is erected on the premise that a connection to nature enhances well-being. Inspired by the hostel's unique position with an ultra-modern domestic sense, the hostel incorporates rudiments that reflect Yokohama's long-standing history as a harborage megacity and its original culture. Setting the scene upon the first bottom appearance area, guests are eaten into a tranquil civic oasis with the gentle sounds of running water, while the natural gravestone and timber featured with sword and essence reflect a sense of the destination. Positioned on the 23rd bottom with stunning views of Mount Fuji, the lobby features a soaring inner theater with lighting representing sun streaming through trees, as an expression of the Japanese gospel of shining you, also known as timber bathing. In the heart of the lobby, the point fireplace evokes a gracious sense of homecoming. The hostel experience comes to life through the brand's 6 pillars of well-being: sleep well, eat well, move well, feel well, work well, and play well, allowing guests to epitomize their stay and engage in programming that stylish meets their requirements. The 373 guest rooms feature the brand's iconic heavenly registered bed and are courteously designed with natural accoutrements and imagery, including splint-shaped illuminations that cast nature-inspired murk on the ceiling to produce a sensitive experience. Wide, bottom-to-ceiling windows frame the cityscapes of Yokohama, creating lesser connections with the hostel's surroundings. The Sautney bathrooms are fitted with heavenly registered bath rain showers, the brand's hand-white yellow bath amenities, extra-large bath napkins, and plush bathrobes to help guests feel rejuvenated. Inspired by the brand's Eat Well pillar, the hostel's 5 food and libation outlets contribute to guests' overall well-being by offering an array of seasonal and transnational cookery with a locally grown and consumed approach, illustrating the hostel's commitment to sustainability. Brasserie du Quai is an each-day dining eatery inspired by French deep-water municipalities, serving seasonal classical dishes similar to pâté de campagne and rillettes. Kisui-sen is a contemporary izakaya-style eatery with scenery and a menu that adeptly balances simplicity and exquisite taste, showcasing the finest yield from Japan's swell, gutters, fields, and timbers. Complete with a private dining venue for intimate events, Iron Bay is the hostel's hand eatery that offers a menu with all effects impeccably grilled to order. Guests can enjoy one-of-a-kind jests with cookers grilling succulent flesh, fresh seafood, and ranch-to-table vegetables and fruits, all sourced from Yokohama and its skirting regions on an open fire cafe. Located in the hostel lobby with a graphic background of Mount Fuji and Yokohama megacity, Sugar Merchant serves an array of coffees and teas, including artisanal Kanagawa herbal infusions along with a selection of delicate afters. At the hostel's speakeasy bar, Code Bar, guests can explore a remarkable range of craft amalgamations and artisanal mocktails inspired by the different areas in Japan and named according to their postal canons. The hostel features a devoted hardiness bottom of over square bases, with comprehensive installations including Japan's first Heavenly Gym by Westin trademark with 4 treatment apartments and expert therapists offering an expansive menu of comforting and invigorating gym treatments. Guests looking to stay fit while traveling can make use of the heated inner swimming pool and the brand's state-of-the-art Westin Workout registered fitness studio with TRX training outfit, all designed to empower guests to get active and recharge their body and mind. As part of the brand's Hand Move Well pillar, an original Run Westin registered program provides jogging charts that offer a choice of either a 3 or 5 of far scenic route around the futuristic Minata Mirai shorefront area. The Westin Yokohama offers further than square bases of contemporary inner and out-of-door event space, including a nearly square-bottom grand chamber and 4 meeting spaces to host events for any special occasion. The Westin Garden is a hand out-of-door event space girdled by lush green and with the background of the megacity's skyline, making it one of the megacity's most scenic venues. With its inspiring position, sustainable dining, and an array of hardiness amenities, the Westin Yokohama is a civic oasis impeccably suited to health-conscious business and rest trippers visiting this awful megacity, said Richard Suter, general manager of the Westin Yokohama. We look forward to drinking guests to enjoy the brand's hand well-being guests during their stay. The Westin Yokohama will share in Marriott Bonvoy, the award-winning trip program from Marriott International, allowing members to earn and redeem points for their stay at the new hostel, and at other hospices and resorts across Marriott Bonvoy's extraordinary portfolio of brands. With the Marriott Bonvoy app, members enjoy a position of personalization and a contactless experience that allows them to travel with peace of mind. CDC adds 3 destinations to the high-threat list, including Mexico. The U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention on Monday placed 3 new destinations in its high-threat order for COVID-19, including a North American trip, Mammoth. In April, the CDC caught its standing system for assessing COVID-19 threats for trippers. The Position 3 inches high-threat order is now the top peeled in terms of the threat position. Position 2 is considered a moderate threat. Position 1 is a low threat. Position 4, preliminarily the loftiest threat order, is now reserved only for special circumstances, similar as extremely high case counts, the emergence of a new variant of concern, or healthcare structure collapse. Under the new system, no destinations have been placed at Level 4 so far. The Level 3 COVID-19 high order now applies to countries that have had further than 100 cases per resident in the once 28 days. The 3 places joining Position 3 this week are Mexico, New Caledonia, the United Arab Emirates. Mexico, a favorite destination for U.S. excursionists, and the UAE, the Middle East swank hotspot, were at Level 2 last week. New Caledonia, famed among scuba divers, was in the unknown order preliminarily, meaning the CDC didn't have enough data from the Pacific Ocean destination to assign an order. There were nearly 115 destinations at Level 3 on June 13. Level 3 locales regard for nearly half of the roughly 235 places covered by the CDC. Mexico and the UAE are not the only trip pets in the high-threat order. Numerous other popular trip destinations are also at Level 3. Important of Europe has been stubbornly lodged there for months as the summer trip season has begun. As of June 13, the following popular European destinations were among those remaining at Level 3. France, Germany, Greece, Ireland, Italy, the Netherlands, Portugal, Spain, the United Kingdom. It's not just European pets that find themselves at Level 3. Multitudinous notable trip destinations around the world are among those in the high-threat order, including the following: Brazil, Canada, Costa Rica, Malaysia, South Korea, Thailand. The CDC advises that you get an over-to-date with your COVID-19 vaccines before traveling to a Position 3 destination. Being over-to-date means you have hadn't only the full original vaccinations but any boosters for which you are eligible. Destinations carrying the Level 2 COVID-19 moderate designation reported 50 to 100 COVID-19 cases per residers in the once 28 days. 3 places were moved to this position on Monday. Cape Verde, Honduras, Saba. The move was good news for Honduras and the quiet Caribbean islet of Saba, which had been at Level 3. Cape Verde, an Atlantic Ocean archipelago off the seacoast of Africa, had been at Level 1. There were only 16 destinations listed in Level 2 on June 13. You can view the CDC's threat situations for any global destination on the agency's Trip Recommendations runner. In its broader trip guidance, the CDC has recommended avoiding all transnational trips until you're completely vaccinated. Still, check then, if you are concerned about a trip-specific health situation not related to COVID-19. To be in Level 1 COVID-19 low, a destination must have had 49 or smaller new cases per resident over the once 28 days. Just 2 destinations were added to the order on June 13. Cuba. Iraq. Both nations had been at position 2. Unknown. Eventually, there are the destinations the CDC has supposed to be of unknown threat because of a lack of information. Generally, but not always, these are small, remote places or places with ongoing warfare or uneasiness. This week, 2 places were added to this order. Belarus. The Maldives. Both had been at Level 3 last week. The CDC advises against traveling to these places precisely because the pitfalls are unknown. Other destinations in this order include Cambodia, the Canary Islands, Macau, and Tanzania. A medical expert weighs in on threat situations. Transmission rates are just one guidepost for trippers' particular threat computations, according to CNN medical analyst Dr. Liana Wen. We have moved into a phase in the epidemic where people need to make their own opinions grounded on their medical circumstances as well as their threat forbearance when it comes to constricting COVID-19, said Wen, who's an exigency croaker and professor of health policy and operation at the George Washington University Milken Institute School of Public Health. There are other factors to weigh in addition to transmission rates, according to Wen. Another is what preventives are needed and followed in the place that you are going, and also the third is what are you planning to do formerly you are there, she said. Are you planning to visit a lot of lodestones and go to inner bars? That is veritably different from you going nearly where you are planning to lie on the sand all day and not interact with anyone differently. That is veritably different. Those are veritably different situations of threat. Vaccination is the most significant safety factor for trips since unvaccinated trippers are more likely to come ill and transmit COVID-19 to others, Wen said. And it's also important to consider what you would do if you end up testing positive down from home. While US-bound trippers no longer have to present a negative COVID-19 test to get home, the CDC still advises testing before boarding breakouts back to the States and not traveling if you're sick. Of course, if people have symptoms or exposure while traveling, they need to get tested, and if they test positive, to follow CDC's insulation guidelines, Wen told CNN Travel on Friday.